Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to revise my remarks in support of
last week and spoke about S-1237, which is the Homeless Veterans and Other Veterans Health Care Authorities Act of 2010, an extremely important and timely bill that will help many women with children and men with children today who served our country come home and do not have the support and services they need and end up homeless on our streets. So I come to the Senate floor today to urge our colleagues to pass this bill quickly, and I ask unanimous consent the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of calendar number 360 S-1237, the Homeless Veterans and Other Veterans Health Care Authorities Act.
Is there objection?
Madam President, reserving the right to object, and I will have to object on behalf of my colleague, Senator Coburn from Oklahoma. He has concerns about this legislation, particularly as he indicates in a letter that I'll ask consent to appear in the record, that it be paid for up front so the promises it makes to veterans are in fact kept. So, Madam President, I object.
I just want to say that this is such an important bill. We had an amazing woman come and visit last week. Her name's Natalie, and she has 2 young children. She's living in Issaquah in my home state of Washington, and she's been through some really tough times. She is a Navy veteran. She's a single mom, but she came home from serving our country and ended up without a place to live for her and her 2 young children on the street. She, like any mom, wanted to do everything she could to take care of her kids and provide them the kind of quality of life that every one of us does. But she couldn't find stable job or income and ended up on the street. This bill at this time, with our economy struggling, is a very tough time, particularly for our veterans who are returning home. The most vulnerable population today is our women, because many of the transitional housing and projects for our veterans don't have facilities for women or for women with children, or, as a matter of fact, for men with young children who are veterans coming home. So this is an extremely important piece of legislation, had bipartisan support coming out of our committee. I will keep coming to the floor to ask for unanimous consent on this, because I can't go home and look at someone who served our country with distinction and honor who today is living on the street because the Senate is objecting.
Madam President, I object.